Yeah, Nintendo, I feel like it's time to announce this console. This year has literally been all over the place. I know content creators are probably tired of talking about this thing. As excited as we are for the console, after a while it's just like, man, we want to see this thing. So I know content creators are feeling this way. I know you guys, the viewers, are feeling this way. Everyone's just impatient. Some people love the news about Switch 2. A lot of you guys hate updates on Switch 2. You just want to wait for the thing. And I get it, but for a lot of us content creators, this is our job and this is all we have to talk about, because Nintendo really hasn't given us anything besides a couple of smaller games this year. I mean, we're in the month of October and the only two new games to come out this year was Princess Peach Showtime and of course The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And the two games that are still to come seems to be a really ambitious Mario Party game, but nevertheless it is a Mario Party game, and a Mario RPG being Mario and Luigi Brothership. So those games are exciting. I'm actually really looking forward to those games out of pretty much any other game that came out this year outside of the 1,000-Year Door. But yeah, even with that said, I can't help but shake. Things feel boring. I've been seeing a lot of people say things on Twitter as well, just how their hype for Nintendo is gone until they announce the next big game, and it's really got me thinking. I'm pretty much feeling that same way. I feel like, yes, there's stuff to play and stuff to look forward to still for this year, but man, it's just this dry feeling in the air. Stuff coming out just might not appeal to everybody. I mean, literally the things coming out are some niche titles that maybe some people just don't want. Like a third Mario Party in the same system. It looks magnificent. Let me get that out the way. It looks like they're finally doing everything that we wanted for a Mario Party game. But then a Mario RPG that's still overall kind of a niche franchise, even though I really want it to grow into something huge and flourish into a grand franchise that people look forward to every new installment, but still they're relatively small in comparison to something like a new 3D Mario, the next Mario Kart, the next 3D Zelda, you know what I mean. But back to Switch 2. I think a lot of us boiled down to believing that Switch 2 was going to be revealed in either the month of September or October. A lot of people from the very beginning already thought October, but something led me to believe September, and that something wasn't just rumors, it was actually Nintendo's plans. After they shifted everything to the end of August and had an empty slate for September, not even having a single Nintendo Direct for September, it really made me believe that something was happening. So much so I made a bet that if I was wrong, I would dress up as Tingle and run around outside with the costume. And I lost. Don't worry. I ordered the costume. But I guess October technically makes sense if they're repeating what they did with the original Switch and having some type of reveal trailer or some type of presentation coming this month, especially after a no-show in the month of September. But of course, I'm not making predictions anymore. I'm done making bets. It comes out and it gets revealed when it gets revealed. But I will say when to kind of look forward to it if it is going to happen in October at all. I've already made kind of a prediction video on this. If it does happen this month, this is when I think it was going to happen. From the very beginning, I said it's either going to be the second week or that fourth week, where the first week has the Nintendo Museum drop, which is the week that we're in. I knew they weren't going to do anything this week. And then that third week is Mario Party Jamboree. They're not going to do anything that week either. And then that fifth week is Halloween. I don't think they're going to do anything in that week either. So it's either this week coming up or the fourth week, or we are screwed. I know Nintendo said we have until like the end of the fiscal year, which is March 31st of 2025, in case they want to go that far. But I just don't see that being a possibility, and I don't even want to think about that happening because I just could not imagine having to wait until at least January to hear anything about this console. I mean, seriously, people are already clawing at Nintendo on social medias and just begging to see this thing. Here's something about this thing. Give us some type of next big game to look forward to, and Nintendo's just staying quiet. And man, I'm just praying that's not the case, because that is a long time. And if it's getting revealed for the first time ever next year, that makes me believe heavily that Switch 2 is not coming out until at least the summer, the earliest, and as far back as to like holiday season next year. I'm just like, what in the world is Nintendo going to have to hold us off until summer of next year or until winter of next year? I just can't see that being the case. Please, Nintendo, just reveal the thing, because I really do want to believe that the console's coming out in March, April, maybe even May the latest, but anything past that, I'm a little scared for Nintendo if that's the case. But I don't think that's the case either, because if it was, Nintendo would have had some type of general Nintendo Direct or something to announce some more games in order to fill out those gaps in the month of September. They didn't announce any type of Nintendo Direct. So literally we know the last game slated currently for Nintendo, technically Metroid Prime 4, but we don't have a release date for that. But the last release date we have is January for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. So there's a good chance that that's the last game that we're going to hear care about before moving on to Switch 2. So yes, I still think March or April is a great time frame, and I'm hoping for something this month. Another thing I want to address is I know a lot of people in my comment section, and I see people online still making this argument saying that Nintendo is never going to tarnish their holiday sales because if they announce a Switch 2, no one's going to want to buy these games. That's just not the case. In fact, I'm actually seeing some things that might speak on the opposite spectrum here. I'm seeing comments on social media of people just not interested in Echoes of Wisdom or anything coming out because they're just waiting for Switch 2 information. I think people's hype got so high through the roof because of their silence in September. They really thought something was going to happen for them being so quiet, and nothing happened, which kind of bummed everybody out. I can't speak for Echoes of Wisdom sales, but I can speak for the views, where people are not watching any content on this game. I've checked through various different YouTube channels and even Zelda-centric YouTube channels where the game is just not drawing a lot of attention, and hopefully the sales are better than the views and the attention for the game, but I know a lot of people also say it's early, people don't want to get spoiled. That definitely was not the case for any other Nintendo game ever. Like, people were posting Tears of the Kingdom content day one and blowing up with views of like the contraptions they were making and the locations that they were finding and stuff. Even myself, I was making some videos weeks after the game came out and it was just blowing up. But anyways, yes, it's clear that attention for Echoes of Wisdom is a lot lower than most games. In fact, I'd say since I started making videos back in 2018, this has actually been the lowest I've ever had views for a specific game that has come out. So it just doesn't look like the game's getting the attention that I think Nintendo thought it would. However, the first week sales in Japan seem to be doing pretty decent. Actually, they've been doing a lot better than I believe Link's Awakening, so that's good news at least. But as far as attention and views and just people don't care about watching content or anything to have to do with Echoes. But perhaps the problem is that people's minds are on one thing. Maybe it's just the game, I don't know. Maybe Mario Party is different and so is Mario and Luigi, but it seems like people are really just focused on Switch 2, and every other day I see somebody tweeting, it's time for Switch 2, and I couldn't agree more. It's time to reveal this console, Nintendo. I was noticing things with marketing with Echoes of Wisdom where it looks like Nintendo really was treating it like the big holiday title, and that they really maybe just wanted to get that game out before moving on to anything else, which is funny because in my eyes, I honestly think Mario Party is going to sell like triple times whatever Echo sells, and I think Mario and Luigi is even going to sell better than Echoes of Wisdom 2. I could be wrong. I just have a hunch. But I don't think this is going to be Nintendo tarnishing their lineup or something by revealing Switch 2 before these games come out. Like I said, this is a cool way for them to throw in some of these games and use them as playable trailers for Switch 2. You know, yes, they can show off some new games as well, but say, hey, you can play the upcoming Mario Party on Switch 2. Because let's face it, it's going to be another 3-4 years until we see another Mario Party probably. So Switch 2 isn't going to get its own specific Mario Party. So this is going to be probably Switch 2's Mario Party. So just show the game running on Switch 2. And say, hey, pick this game up soon and play it on Switch 2 when it drops, you know? And they can do the same thing with Mario and Luigi. And I don't know if anyone cares about Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Look, I'm excited to play the game again, but it looks like zero care has been put into it, so hopefully it's getting fixed as we speak and it's going to look a lot better, but I don't think that's something that people are like losing sleep over right now. So yeah, I'm at the point where I believe if Switch 2 isn't revealed in October, I think we're done for this year. I think you're pushing the holiday season, and I don't think November or December is going to be available months. It could be. Nintendo's weird. They've done weirder things. I just don't see it happening. Especially when they have a Mario Wonder bundle that they're trying to sell for this holiday. I don't think they're going to want to announce something like that at that time frame. So I don't know. This is just such a weird time right now, and I'm just tired of all the predictions. I'm tired of the rumors. I'm tired of the fake leakers saying it's coming here and it doesn't happen. It's coming there and it doesn't happen. Time will tell, of course, like always, but what do you guys think? Do you think it's time for Nintendo to finally reveal this thing? I do. Reveal it, Nintendo. Just reveal the console. We're all ready to finally see that next 3D Mario, the next Mario Kart, the next gen of big first-party Nintendo games. We are due. Let's see what Nintendo's cooking. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out, and let me know in the comments down below when you think Switch 2 is finally going to be shown off. Thank you guys, and like always, I'll see you all in the next one. See you guys.